Hello, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Thank you for being patient. Sorry I'm late, but I like to at least schedule it at least a half hour before, and there's not normally a ton of people waiting in my chat. So a buddy says hello, right on cue. But there's not usually a lot of people waiting in my chat, so I figure if I'm a little late, it's okay. That way I'm not sitting there talking to myself for a few minutes. So those of you that were here, thank you for being patient. Appreciate it. Hey, Lavina, if you're still here. Hello, Monica. Katie. So I was going to talk about the Watts case. I mean, we still can, but depending on how quickly I get through this Tristan Bailey case that I just heard about literally like an hour ago. You guys can hear me, right? I should put my headphones in on my phone to make sure. Just give me 1 second. I think you guys can hear me though. Okay. So have you guys heard of this case? Monica, I know you have because you were in the other live chat on another channel, but so the boy is only 14 years old. Am I right in thinking she was stabbed to death? That's what I heard. But again, I just literally heard about the case an hour ago, if that. Hey, Sue. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And I'm doing this a little bit earlier today, so maybe, I don't know. I just figure if I do it at different times, it will accommodate to maybe everybody. Hey, Janessa, good to see you. Okay, now, I just want to say before, try to remember, like, I know it's difficult, but, and this is, I'm not saying anything, I'm not coming to any conclusions already, because again, I literally just heard about it, but I'm immediately seeing some red flags already, and some of that symbolism that they use all the time, that they put in plain sight. They don't hide it from us. So if you can, I know it's difficult, just try to, at least just for my live stream, push your emotions aside and just hear me out. And again, I'm not making any accusations or anything or anything like that, but that's why we're going to talk about it and we're going to go through it. Oh, it's 10, almost 10:30 there in the UK, Sue. Yeah, that's late. So I'm glad I'm doing it a little bit earlier for you. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to waste any more time because I do want to go over to DLive after this, hopefully, if this doesn't take too long, and of course discuss the Watts case. But over on DLive, I can play at least some of the news clips. I don't really feel comfortable playing any of these MSM news clips about Christian. I'm sorry, Tristan. I keep thinking it's Tristan, I'm sorry. On my live stream, just because of the strike that I got before. So I just don't want to risk anything. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read the article. Let me share screen. It's not that long. So, hey, Callie. Good to see you. Hey, Leona. Share screen. Okay. So I'm gonna read it, but as I'm reading it, I want you guys. I'm not gonna tell you the symbolism that I'm seeing in these little Easter eggs that I've been telling you guys about to look out for, especially recently. And I mentioned specifically something this new whatever it is that they're using, because I don't want to say anymore. I don't want to give it away because I want you guys to be. I don't want to tell you guys about these. I mean, I will, but I want you guys to. I want to see if you guys can spot them. You know what I mean? So, again, I'm going to read the article, and I'm not going to put my little 2 cents in or point anything out. And then I want to see if you guys are noticing any of the things that I've been telling you about. You know, just recently, but also over the past 2 years. So you're gonna, you guys still want to stay? There's a quiz. No, I'm just kidding. It won't be bad, but I do want to see if you guys are noticing the same things that I'm noticing that I've been telling you about. So, okay, so, and look at, and when I'm reading it, look at everything. I mean, you know, don't look at like sign up for newsletters and whatever, like all this advertisement crap, but, so just any of the names and just keep an eye out. Okay, what we know about Tristan Bailey. 13-year-old found dead in St. Johns County neighborhood, remembered as being cheerful, friendly. Let's look at the pictures. I didn't look at the pictures yet, so. Okay, it says St. John's, Florida. Tristan Bailey is being remembered as a student, athlete, friend, daughter, and sister. Bailey, 13, was reported missing Sunday and found dead hours later in her St. Johns County neighborhood. A schoolmate at Patriot Oaks Academy, 14-year-old Aiden Fucci, I think that's how you say it, was arrested on a charge of second-degree murder in connection with her death. Bailey was in 7th grade. A day after she was found dead, students at Patriot Oaks Academy and neighboring Durbin Creek Elementary were encouraged to wear white in her memory. In a show of solidarity and grief for Bailey's family, neighbors tied aqua-colored ribbons around their mailboxes as it was her favorite color. The teenage girl was an athlete and well-known in the cheer sport community, which is remembering her for her bright smile and big personality. She was on 2 cheer squads. Courtney Sparks, Bailey's cheer coach at Patriot Oaks Academy, described her as a caring young lady who was a natural leader. Before I go any further, do you guys know if that was the woman who was speaking that did an interview already? Hey, John. Was it her Courtney Sparks? Yeah, was that who was it? Do you guys know? Yeah, Sue, definitely. Okay, so we'll figure that out. But hacking homecoming? What the heck? Okay. She is the most cheerful, most spirited, friendliest person, is down to basically do whatever really to help unite the team. Whatever it takes for the team to get to the next level, she's the person to help push the team forward, Sparks said. For the past year, Bailey also cheered at Infinity All-Stars, which posted this message on social media. It is with our deepest sorrow that we inform you of the passing of our beloved athlete and friend, Tristan Bailey. We ask for our Affinity family to pray for comfort, strength, and understanding for Tristan's family and all of the athletes from our gym. This is just absolutely devastating for everyone who knew and loved her. We will be sending out further communication soon of how we can assist the Bailey family during this very difficult time. Tristan was extremely bubbly. She was friendly to everyone. She was the life of the party, said Tracy ᴛʀύsᴛɪ�, the gym owner. She could make a bad situation better, a bad practice. She rallied. Told everybody, let's do it again. 1 week ago, Bailey traveled to the ESPN Sports Complex in Orlando for a summit cheer competition with her team. No one thought it would ever be her last. A friend of Bailey said they were in the same tumbling class. Okay. She's grown so much as a tumbler this year. She's just always motivated to work harder, the friend said. She always has a smile on her face, always lighting up, always has a positive mindset and positive words towards others. One of her friends said that. She always has a smile on her face, always lighting up, always has a positive mindset and positive words towards others. That doesn't sound, I don't know. Maybe she's a very mature friend. Okay, so that's it for that. Let me see if there's a different article that tells us a little bit more. Oh, okay. Just kidding. See? What do I know? I was like, is that it? Okay. Another friend of Bailey's told News4 Jax she's a really nice, sweet girl, and she's strong, and she's a great athlete. According to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, last time Bailey's family saw her was about 12 a.m. Sunday. An hour and 15 minutes later, the sheriff... Wow, that was quick. The sheriff's office said Bailey was last seen on surveillance video walking by the North Durban Amenities Center in the Durban Crossing neighborhood. Okay, say that 5 times fast. In northwest St. Johns County. About 10 a.m., the sheriff's office said Bailey's family reported her missing. Less than an hour later, the sheriff's office posted a message on social media asking for information about her whereabouts. Shortly before 5 p.m., the Florida Department of Law Enforcement activated a missing child alert for Bailey. Okay, so, and again, I'm going into this with, no bias whatsoever, or conspiratorial at all. Or I don't want to say at all, but it's hard to because I'm already seeing some red flags. But I do want to know, and I'm sure it's different depending on, where you live or what state, whatever. But usually if like a 15-year-old girl goes missing, or not missing, I guess, but I mean, how many times maybe did you like run away to a friend's house if you got mad at your parents, right? When you were 15, 16, or just a teenager in general. Teenagers do that. They get pissed off at their parents, so they go and they run away, or they go to their friend's house and they don't tell them where they're going. So it just seems like, and I know you're dealing with kids and that's a serious thing when they go missing, but it just seems rather quick, in my opinion, to jump to those conclusions already as far as getting the police involved. I can understand if they literally saw her being abducted or there was something, I don't know. But you guys might know better than I do, but it just seems rather quick to me to get police involved already, just within a couple hours. Just over an hour later, her body was found in a wooded area by a neighbor. The next day, Sheriff Robert Hardwick announced Fucci's arrest. Fucci. Sounds a lot like Fauci. On Tuesday, investigators revealed Bailey had been stabbed to death. So she's missing Sunday. Found Monday, and then they reported her Tuesday. Am I reading that correctly? Okay, so there wasn't much left of the article. All right, let's look at it. Hey, Crisis Cast. They usually wait 24 hours, don't they? That's what I always thought, Leona, but maybe it's changed since years ago, but I thought they at least had to be missing at least 24 hours. At least. Because that's the thing, is that so many, teenagers do, rebel and well, be teenagers. So you would have police out searching for kids all day long if that were the case. You know what I mean? So that you really have to make sure that, as far as I know, that there's a legitimate reason to feel that, like, think there's some sort of foul play. So, okay, before I go to the next article, did any of you notice anything about this article that I read, about as far as the, symbolism and the numerology goes? Oh, Monica, you're not allowed to answer because you already know. No, I'm just kidding. You can. So I'm going to go ahead and wait and see if any of you guys notice anything. Sorry. Are you laughing at me, Monica? Hey, Swamp Lover. And I'll start, at the top, and want to make sure you guys are paying attention to what I'm saying over the past year, 2 years, but mostly the past year. Oh, Buddy says hello again. Swamp Lover, I did and I didn't. I think I was bamboozled. Actually, I know I was. I did win the game. Yes, I swept him. But somehow or another, I ended up losing the bet. Yep. Sue, exactly. Bailey. That's one. Now, again, like, keep in mind that I'm not already. Oh, I'm looking for my pen and it's in my notebook. Jeez. That's like when you do the whole, have you seen my sunglasses or my glasses? I can't find them anywhere. Yeah, that's because they're on your head. There was one time where I was in a hurry to go to a friend's house and they're, hounding me, hurry up. I'm like, okay. And I was like, I just got to find my cell phone. I was like, and then I'll be on my way. All right. I was like, I need my cell phone. Right, buddy? So yeah, so I'm like, okay, I got to find my cell phone and I'll be there. And then, I was talking on my cell phone. I can't, that was one of, that was definitely a blonde moment for me, but I was being rushed. I have an excuse. Yeah, right? Cough, blonde, cough. What was I saying again? Can you guys help me out? No, so I'm not saying that just because there's the Lee in her name that it automatically makes it like orchestrated or anything like that. But this is what what we need to look out for, because again, they put this stuff in plain sight. So if we start seeing like the Lees, and I'm not going to tell you because this is your quiz, for this article. But if we start seeing more and more of these other of these little Easter eggs that they put in plain sight, that's when we need to take a step back and look at it from a different perspective, and try not to let emotions cloud your judgment. Because yes, this is a very, very sad case. She was only 13 years old, and she was allegedly stabbed to death. So that's definitely going to pull at heartstrings for sure, right? And then you have all the interviews that are already done. She's only been murdered for what, 2 days, if that, and they've already have all these interviews. So but of course in the interviews they're saying how wonderful she was. Not saying that she wasn't. I gotta make it clear what I'm saying. I don't want anybody to twist my words around, but this comment where they say, where is it at? Okay, so 1 week ago, Bailey traveled to the ESPN sports complex in Colorado. Got Colorado on the brain. In Orlando for a summit cheer competition with her team. No one thought it would ever be her last. It's stuff like this that really, really gets people's emotions going. No one thought it would ever be her last. Just keep that in mind. He doesn't, I swear, he doesn't crow. Okay, I'm not gonna say he doesn't crow all day, but just prior to me going live, for at least a good hour or two, he doesn't crow. And then the minute I go live, he must hear me or something. He's trying to sabotage me. Wait, 13 equals 33? I'm not very good with math, Swamp Lover, but I don't think 13 equals 33. Hey, Nicole. Good to see you. Okay, yeah, whenever. Did you join my Discord yet, Nicole? Because that'll be the best way to get in contact with me, and the quickest way and the easiest way, because emails are, at least with Discord, you have a direct message. So okay, so hey, High Hopes, good to see you. No, so nobody noticed it. You guys didn't notice anything. Yep. Ding, ding, ding. You got it, Swamp Lover. All these double letters. And again, maybe I'm tripping, but there sure is, especially since that boulder, well, even in the Watts case, but now it seems like they're kind of doing this new thing with the double letters. So, but again, I wanted you guys to point them out to me so that I can see if you guys were listening or not to me. Okay, so remember before I started reading the article, I said to look at everything on the page. I mean, besides even the advertisements might even, but we don't even need to go there. So, and again, is the name Lee or the suffix of the name Lee, is that very common, at the end of names? Of course it is. But when you have a ton of them in the same general area, that's when it becomes a little less common and more done on purpose. Yeah, same here, John. I just literally heard about it like an hour and a half ago. So, but that's why the photo thumbnail just says Chris Watts. I wasn't planning on. I was just gonna talk about Chris Watts, and I heard about this case, so I figured why not, right? Oh, okay, Monica, no problem. Okay, so if you look here on the article, it shows the reporters. You have Ash Lee, Harding, Bailey, Leys. They're all Leys. Janesse Harris, 2 R's. Marilyn Parker. Parker's interesting because of Parkland, and not only that, but there's also another and I probably should make a video on it, but they take me so long. I have so many more odd connections to this case, you guys. I just feel like I personally feel like I've shown enough of these connections to support a big part of my theory. But they're just so time consuming, and I don't know if it's even, I don't want to say it's not worth it, but maybe I just need to concentrate more on other things as far as like instead of the symbolism in the case. But I will tell you that there's, and I did talk about it on one live stream like a while ago, but I pointed out a lot of the park references in the Watts case. So well, how many people had interviews in the park? You have Nicole Kessinger that did her first interview with law enforcement in the park, right, with the crappy audio. And what FBI or when does the FBI ever meet people in the park in a high profile murder case to interview them, a possible suspect, even though she never was treated as a suspect, right? Yeah, I know, John, and that's what I'm saying. It is very common, but again, it's when they're all one, knowing how these people operate and their patterns and how they love pattern and love putting it in plain sight for us. So when there's a ton of them on one, in one article, not a ton of them, but when there's several in one article, that's when it stops becoming so common and just on purpose. And you have to take, everything into context as well surrounding it. So the park connections or references in the Watts case. Again, you have Nicole Kessinger who met law enforcement in the park. Then you have the Thayers who chose to do their interview in the park. You have, see that I'm gonna have to pull up my phone now. Or it's already out, but I'm gonna have to pull up the connections just to reference a few of them at least. Let me find it. Ay, that kid. There's so many. I'm just scrolling through. I'm gonna have to organize my notes. Okay, so here's the park connections. You have Park Dietz, Dieter, and then you also have the Dietz, who the Watts lived with while the Saratoga house was being built when they first moved to. Hey, Mr. Archimedes. Hey, FRV. Good to see you. They lived with their friends, the Dietz, in Broomfield while the Saratoga house was being built for a year. So it's interesting, and you remember that how I've been telling you guys or showing you guys how they've been incorporating like high profile serial killers and um, cult leaders and stuff like that into the Watts case, as far like, you know, some of the names of the officers in the case, like Ted Bundy, Officer Ted Bundy, right? You guys know what I'm talking about. Hopefully you do. So it's interesting that, and if you don't know who Park Dietz is, and I'm probably saying it wrong. I think I'm saying it wrong. I said it wrong. I don't. Anyways, it's Dietz. He was born August 13th, wink, wink, 1948. What are the odds? He's a forensic psychiatrist that worked with serial killers such as Jeffrey Dahmer and Richard ᴛʀysᴛɪ, the Iceman. So what are the odds he's born on August 13th, same day as the murders? The Dietz are the Watts friends, and his name's Park. Okay, there's the first Park connection. And I don't have it in my notes for some reason, but the actual address. But the Dietz lived on, it was in Parker, Texas, or Park something. They lived on Park Street or Park Loop. It's still on public records. But then you have Chris and Kessinger met at the park near her apartment. They went to see Jurassic Park, but it was sold out. They stayed at the Great Sand Dunes National Park. And then there's many, many times where it's they parked the car, but I'm not going to use that one because obviously that's very common in a case, especially if there's cars involved. So that's just a few of them. Then you have like several connections to or bee references or wasp references. You have the wasp that was on the bed, and that's again another one of those times where it's someone will say something in the Watts case, and it's kind of like, well, that's weird. Why are they making such a big deal about it, right? Why are they? It seems like they're making an effort to point it out. And if you remember when Officer Kate Lyons was in the basement, she's like, "Hey, there's a wasp on the bed. Like, look, there's a wasp." Like she says it twice. And I think it was Jane that was down there, and she's like, "Oh, yeah, that's weird," you know. And I'm like, "What's the big deal about the wasp?" I was like, did the wasp take Shanann? You know, but it makes sense now to me, anyways, because I started noticing more and more references to bees and cults, and you also have American Horror Story that has the season of cults, and cults are or bees are often referred to as cult-like because you have the bee worker bees, right? And they work for the one queen bee, and they just do as they're told and drink the Kool-Aid, essentially, right? So what are the odds that there's so many cult references and bee references in the Watts case and also in American Horror Story? You also have the wasps that were on the only footage that they got from a neighbor, right? When they went around trying to see if anybody had footage from the 13th. The only one that had footage just so happens that there were wasps covering the lens so they couldn't see anything. How convenient. Cameras either completely missing, they don't bother to get the CCTV cameras footage. There's wasps on the one neighbor who had footage blocking the lens. You don't have any footage from the airport, from Anadarko, from Survey 319. The lazy dog surveillance camera only recorded live, or doesn't record, it just shows live feed. That's rather convenient again. So, and the Vivint was broken. How convenient. So we can't even see when Chris was coming and going to see if it matches up with the narrative. So, and there's several. Well, here's another one. Shanann worked for Lavelle, which is a MLM company, and they're also compared to as cult-like, right? So, and that's just to name a few. So anyways, that was my whole point, was because of the whole Marilyn Parker thing right here. That I found interesting. Okay, so we have Ashley, and then we have the double R, because that recently I've been noticing the double letters, especially with double O's or boots. Look out for boots, and those are also mentioned quite a few times in the Watts case. But they love the double letters because it's it's duality, and it's intensified, kind of like master numbers in numerology. So if you have like a master number 11 or 22. Okay, then Marilyn Parker, and then ᴛʀysᴛɪ̈. Here's another Ley, Ley, Ley. What are the odds that they're all spelled Ley too? Like, why isn't it like Corly? And again, I could be tripping, but it's probably not. I'm probably not tripping. And some of them could be stretching. Like, for instance, when this article was published, you have 8, 2, 3 is 13. Then right when I heard that she was 13 years old, it caught my attention right away, because I'm like, 13, that's pretty strange. But again, not making any accusations. But for the most part, these numbers and these double letters are popping up a lot lately. And the Patriot Oaks thing could mean something. Then you also have Thousand Oaks, that tragic event that happened after the Vegas event. They like to reuse names or recycle names, just like Shannon Watts is a pew 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 activist after the Randy Book tragedy, rhymes with. So after that event happened, she became a huge, like I said, pew 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 activist who lives in Colorado. And it just so happens that we have the Watts case with Shannon, because even her parents call her Shannon, Shannon Watts. And it just so happens that they're two tragic events that have many, many holes and inconsistencies in their narrative. So what are the odds that they share the same name? Okay, so here's another one. A schoolmate at Patriot Oaks Academy, 14-year-old Aiden Fucci. Remember that I told you CC equals 33? Celeste, CC, double letters. Durban could even mean something. Here you have Creek, you have the double letters again. And yes, there are many, many words that have double letters in them, and I totally get that. But when they're popping up this much, and in all of these events that, well, I don't know if there's I can't say that there's many, many red flags in this one yet, because again, I just heard about it. But for the ones that I do know have holes in their narrative and a lot of red flags, we're seeing the same numerology patterns and the same letter patterns and name patterns and word patterns. Pattern. Patterns even has double T in it. That's probably why they love it. Okay. They, meaning the powers that be, the ones in control of these narratives. Now, Aqua doesn't stand out to me immediately, but that doesn't mean it doesn't necessarily represent anything nefarious. So I would have to look into that. But and it's like keywords that they used to, I don't know, like teenage girl, that might be stretching, but you have the 2 E's, and then you have cheer, community. And maybe we can, or I can find another article and compare it and see if there is that many Lees or double letters in another article to see. One that I don't think is, well, you know. Sparks is interesting. I don't know why yet, but it is. It stands out for some reason. Sparks reminds me of, I don't know, maybe pew pew pews or explosives, something like that. But again, just have to keep that in mind. You just never know. Okay, this is interesting. For the past year, Bailey also cheered at infinity. Infinity is also another occultic or a symbol that can be found in occult text. And then see the infinity here. ᴛʀύsᴛɪ� could mean something. I wouldn't know until I looked it up. This could even mean something. This could be, I don't want to, again, jump to any conclusions, but they do tell us where they plan to have their next orchestrated event. And sometimes how they're going to do it. Like Ole Dammegard, they talk about a lot. He's actually been able to predict a few of these events prior to them happening because of the patterns that they always use, and because of their symbolism, and because they put it in plain sight. Hey, Helen Wills, good to see you. Hardwick can mean something. I'd have to look that up as well, but I won't make you guys go down that rabbit hole with me, like live anyways. So let's see if I can find, because there's a couple pictures that I saw in a video that were pretty interesting. So let's see this. And so she went missing on Mother's Day, of course, because that definitely is going to pull at heartstrings for all the mothers out there. So she's missing on Sunday. Did they find her on Monday? Am I remembering correctly? And then just today they had that for Fuji. So it seems rather quick to and just released a Zoom call for this kid. I don't know. But then I know I keep saying this, but I am still new to true crime. So oh, I missed it, Sue. I'll have to go back and look. That's interesting. Good catch. Remember, they love the I don't understand why my page isn't loading. Wow, it's quite a bit of pictures of her out already. Let me. Is her Facebook profile open? Or still made public? I would be interested to know that. Okay. Where is those pictures? What's this? Revere? So I'm not seeing any of the pictures that I saw in this video. Okay, maybe I'll just mute it. I cannot stand StreamYard. I hate using it. Okay. That's true, Swamp Lover. Good catch, Chargers. Also an energy reference, charging, right? Community, double M's. And again, not making any accusations, just pointing out patterns. I just want to see if they show a couple of these pictures that I saw. And I'll play these on DLive. I don't mind doing that, but wait, I want to show you guys. I was looking for the reporter. Oh, here we go. Okay. It's like silent movies, you know, that's fun, right? Okay, here she is. Wait for it. No, just kidding. Oh, I looked away and I just missed her name. Shoot. I was looking at the chat. I'll just let it play. But I'm pretty sure, I think her name is Ashley, if I remember correctly. Hey, Chica. Yep. We're just talking about a new case that just the news came out yesterday. Pretty interesting stuff already. Okay, well, I missed her name. If anybody saw it, please let me know if you saw it, because I don't want to go back. How do you spell her name? It's Tristyn. Tristan. Of course, they're not going to show the pictures that I want to see, right? And that I want to show you. Okay, actually, I do want to see this. This might be interesting.
Lighting up for the girls. Just always has a positive mindset and positive, like, honor her. She's always, like, has a smile on her face, always lighting up for the girls. Just always has a positive mindset.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is her friend, right? Maybe I shouldn't assume, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's her friend. Hey, Mary. I know I think I spelled it wrong in the title too, but I'll fix it. So this is supposed to be her friend, again, I'm assuming, and she just found out that her friend was, murdered, most likely. And yes, does everyone is everyone different to as far as how they react to tragedy or stressful moments, I guess. Yeah, but remember, like, she just found out that her friend just died, um and one, she's giving an interview. If it were me, I don't know if I would. I don't even know if I'd want my daughter to be going on mainstream media and talking about this. So
and
but that's
positive
just
words towards others, and I wish I could have been closer to her or appreciated how much positive energy she brings to the gym. Setting up with the girls, just the group held a prayer circle where coaches and athletes gathered to honor her. She's always has a smile on her face, always lighting up for the girls.
I'm sorry, but I
always has
I'm not seeing the sadness. I don't.
Words towards others, and I wish I could have been closer to her or appreciated how much positive energy she brings to the gym.
Last week, Bailey traveled with her team out of town to compete in the Summit Cheer Championship. No one ever imagined this would be her last. Support her family and grieve to.
See, no one imagined this would be her last. They always have to use words like that. Like, why do they have to make it even more? It's already devastating enough as it is, right? Pyramid cone in the back. Wow, Sue, you're on fire today. Awesome. See, I'm not even paying attention. That's great. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I don't remember what I was saying. I do that all the time. Oh, yeah, Chica, thank you. Heartstrings. Why it's already, sad enough as it is, and horrific. So why do they have to add those stuff like that in there? It's like Chica said, it's to pull at heartstrings. We never, they never realized that it was going to be her last, cheer competition.
Together as a community. We've also learned that the Infinity All-Stars Gym is making grief counselors available to its athletes and coaches as well. Live this morning, Ashley Harding channel.
Oh, Ashley Harding. That was the same reporter that was in the article. Ashley Harding. Okay. Still haven't found those pictures that I was looking for, but let's see. I mean, I guess I could just tell you guys and find them later, but
St. Johns County deputies giving an update right now about body found with this 13-year-old girl named Tristan Bailey. Let's go to it immediately.
Okay, it looks like they are beginning the press conference in just a bit. First, I want to talk about what we know about this case. Tristan Bailey, just 13 years old. We're told police believe that her body has been found. We know she went missing Sunday, and her parents reported her missing at about 10 o'clock Sunday morning. Still a fluid situation. We are trying to figure out exactly what happened to Tristan Bailey. And again, we are waiting for
Sorry, guys. I don't want to risk it. Because apparently, YouTube likes to pick and choose who they give copyright strikes to, because I've seen just recently a couple people stream live for hours on end on YouTube and play music and other copyrighted content, and they didn't get a copyright strike. So not saying that they're just like profiling me, but it just seems like there's certain ones that they are giving the strikes out to. So obviously the rule doesn't apply to everybody, is what I'm saying. He put his finger over his mouth. Masonic. Oh wow, suit. You wanna? Did you wanna come up here? Good job. Okay, so I don't know where the pictures are, and I don't want to waste more time looking for them. So there's a picture of her at a bowling alley. I think it's on Amanda. Oh yeah, I saw it on Amanda S. has a short video. And I haven't asked her to use her video, so I don't want to play it. But on her video, the short video, she's Tristan is in a bowling alley, and right in front of her on the floor is lane 13. Like I can't make this up, right? And then there's another picture of Tristan, and she's with her middle finger, her ring finger, and her pinky, I believe, and on each hand, her and her friend are throwing up, looks like W's, right? But then you have 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3. That's why I wanted to show you guys. So you guys, I'm more of a visual person, so I need pictures, but that's just me. But I'm not sure where to find those pictures. No, that's good, Sue. I'm that's awesome that you're seeing all this stuff. That's what that I've been trying to show you guys. So I'm glad that you're pointing them out. There's a lot of blue. Really, swamp lover? I mean, I'm finding stuff. Oh, it's in Florida. Oh, okay, yeah, that's right. Jacksonville. That's right. Okay. 14-year-old Florida, the Mercury News. I don't think I've heard of that. Okay, 14-year-old Florida boy has been arrested in the death of schoolmate who has, I don't know. This is, maybe this isn't odd at all, but schoolmate, like, don't they normally say classmate? I don't know. But those double O's, look out for O's specifically, but definitely double letters, who had been the subject of an intense search after she disappeared in the early hours of Sunday. Tristan Bailey, 13, was reported missing by her family around 10 a.m. Sunday. An alert from the sheriff's office in St. Johns County said she had last been seen around 1 a.m. near a recreation center in Durbin, crossing a subdivision of large homes on cul-de-sacs in a wooded area south of Jacksonville. Jacksonville, double L's. After hours of searching by law enforcement, officers and neighbors, Sheriff Robert Hardwick spoke of families walking the wood line dressed in church clothes. Huh? A resident of the area called 911 around 6 p.m. to report finding a body in the woods. Okay, so how in the heck did this 14, how far away, I mean, one, how did he get her? I would like to know. I mean, I know it's still early, but how did he get her to the woods? This 14-year-old boy, this scrawny little 14-year-old boy, right? I mean, we're already questioning for how long now if Chris could even get Shanann in the car. So how in the heck was he able to, one, get her to go out in the woods, which that probably wouldn't be that hard. Probably just wanted to go hang out with a boy, right? But I don't know. It just seems rather, I guess I'll have to wait for more details as far as that goes. But I would be curious to know how far from his house and her house, and did he drive a car to get her out there? So a resident of the area called 911 around 6 p.m. to report finding a body near his home. Okay, but how close? That's what I need to know. On Monday morning, Hardwick held a press conference to announce the suspect and victim attended Patriot Oaks Academy, a public K-8 school about a mile from where Tristan went missing. The sheriff's office did not release a cause of death, citing the ongoing investigation. They said the girl was clothed when found, but would not say if she was wearing the cheerleading outfit or family had last seen her in. Her family had last seen her in, sorry. Huh, that's interesting. Look at the necklace. Infinity. Boom. Okay, sorry. Free shipping, ease. Okay, sorry. It's all over the place. Maybe I am crazy. No. Prosecutors have not decided whether to charge the boy as an adult. Wait, so why are they automatically assuming that this kid did it? Did he confess or something? And even if he did, why would they already be trying him, or charging him, even if he did confess? Maybe he wants attention. Maybe he said, yeah, I did it. Maybe because his parents don't show him any attention, so he feels like neglected, and he wants to get his 15 minutes of fame by saying he confessed. How could they charge this kid with murder already? Or try to? But Hardwick said the charge of second-degree murder could be charged if evidence warrants it. The boy was ordered in a Tuesday detention hearing to remain in juvenile custody for 21 days. Surprised it's not 13. Hardwick referred to lots of witnesses, but did not specify whether investigators believe anyone else was present when Tristan died. He said the investigation includes a review of social media posts, including a widely shared image from the Snapchat account under the suspect's name, what appears to be a selfie of a boy in the back of a patrol car displaying the peace sign with the caption, "Hey guys, has anybody seen Tristan lately?" A sheriff's spokesman confirmed that the boy in the photo is the suspect, a Jacksonville TV station reported. That's it. Okay. Still not seeing those pictures of her, but literally, so she was missing Sunday, found her Monday, and they already had a court hearing for this kid, and not only that, but released it to the public. Doesn't this kind of releasing all this information as far as the Zoom call goes and stuff, or court hearing, wouldn't that taint a potential jury? I mean, if it did go to trial, by showing his court hearing and everything, I don't know. But that's why we're here, to find out. Yeah, Callie, exactly. It's way too soon. And even, like I said, even if he did confess, that doesn't mean anything. Why is there there's got to be a way to fix that. There's only 4, 5, 6 results on the first Google page. You have to keep page 2, page 3, Google's crap now. I don't even know why I'm using Google. Throw me a link to your search engine showing, please. Oh, okay. Sure, Swamp Lover, no problem. You want the search results or you want the article? Well, there it is. Oh, weird. It went into a second message. Okay. So we might not actually get into watch on this stream, but this is a memorial fundraiser for Tristan Bailey, who is incredibly near and dear to so many. Her family has in no way asked for anything, but so many have reached out wanting to help. Thank you in advance for all your prayers and support. Why doesn't it ever say when these GoFundMes or these petitions, why don't they say the date that they're posted? Or at least the petitions don't, or I haven't been able to find a date for it, an exact date anyways. Why is her name spelled different so many times? Probably for confusion. I've seen that before, Swamp Lover. Where did I see that? Where her name is spelled different? I know. Oh, it was the Megan Faramus, or what was it? Was that her last name? Faramuska or whatever case where she allegedly killed her friend. What was the boyfriend's name? The dad's name? I don't know, but they spelled her name. Even all the true crime channels were spelling it differently. It was like spelled that's the way I spell my name, and then it was like MEGYAN, and then it was like MEGHAN. And even the news articles were spelling her name different. And I think that's for confusion or something. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows why they do what they do? That's another case that I was suspicious about, but it just, I don't know. It ended up. Oh, yes, Heidi Broussard. Thank you. Hi, Doing Life My Way. I mean, do they usually report the or tell the public the way they were murdered, or how they were murdered? I don't know. It just seems like it would, if it did go to trial, I feel like it would taint like a jury or something releasing this information. You think that they would not be transparent? I could see if she was still missing and they needed to find her and they needed to give information out, like as far as that goes, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Tristan's body was found in a wooded area of the Durban crossing. Okay. It's now been determined by Chief Medical Examiner Dr. So they already did an autopsy on her within a day. Yeah, that one, Chica. Dr. Okay, that's a name. I'm gonna have to look that one up. Dr. Predrag Bullock, that the cause of death is sharp force trauma by stabbing. That's pretty violent for a 14-year-old. The manner of death is homicide. We will continue to investigate this case fully and will begin transitioning this case to the state attorney's office. Oh, another thing to look out for is if the FBI gets involved as well. The state attorney's office confirms Tristan was stabbed more than once. Monday, Sheriff Rob Hardwick announced the arrest of 14-year-old Aiden Fucci, who is charged with second-degree murder in the case. Okay, I don't know how you could charge him, but all right. The release also says investigators were able to obtain numerous, and yeah, of course he confessed, right? That's what we, as far as we know, or that's what I heard, is that he confessed. So that would mean no trial. The release also says investigators were able to obtain numerous search warrants, which led to the location of several items of evidence at Fuji's home. Initially, the sheriff's office planned to give the update via live stream, but due to technical difficulties, why does it always do that? I hate these freaking article pages. Sorry, I'm like mumbling. I'm all friggin'. Okay, so they really, okay, but due to technical, see what I'm saying? Now I don't even know where I left off. What the? All these advertisements pop up out of everywhere. What in the world is that? What the heck? Okay. Okay. Please don't do it to me again. Who is charged with second? Okay. Evidence of Fuji's home initially. Okay. But due to technical difficulties, they released a written statement instead. Fuji appeared in court Tuesday morning, where a judge found probably cause. Probably cause. Isn't it probable cause? Yeah, why wouldn't they tell us that, Chica? Exactly. Why wouldn't they tell us a number of times? But what is probably cause? Judge found probably cause. Probably cause. Okay. Again, maybe I'm wrong, but I thought it was probable cause. Okay. That an act of delinquency occurred by Fuji, and because of that, ordered him to remain in custody for 21 days or until further order of the court. So far, the state attorney's office has not determined whether Fuji will be tried as an adult. The suspect and the victim went to school together, but the sheriff's office would not say whether they were classmates at Patriot Oaks Academy. Investigators are interviewing several witnesses in relation to the case, Hardwick said. Look at this, and look, NN and TT. Like, seriously, that's a lot of glasses. Look at all these double letters. Like, I mean, again, maybe I'm tripping, but I'm gonna have to find some other articles that don't have red flags in them and compare them just to make sure. I will. That's fine. If I was wrong, I'll be the first one to admit it. But sure, a lot of double letters. Who is Aiden Fuji? What we know about the teen accused in Tristan Bailey's murder. I want to look up his name real quick. Okay, am I back? I don't know what's going on. It's saying to connect my Ethernet cable because it will work better, but my Ethernet cable is connected. So, I don't know. I don't like this website though for this info. Wait, what do you mean I'm muted? I don't know why it disconnected me for sure, but I do apologize about that. Let me go back to the article that I thought was still showing. Okay, sorry. I'll do my rabbit hole stuff later. But I do want to find those pictures real quick. I don't know where they are. Did those search results come up for you? No. Yeah, I was muted because it disconnected me, Swamp Lover. It wasn't my fault this time. That's not what I want. Well, I will find those. If not, you guys can go check out Amanda Estevita's short little video that she made on it. And there's Tristan, like I said, in the bowling alley in 13, big as can be, right by her feet for the lane 13. And then she also has the 33 that she's thrown up. So, yep. Yeah, I'm back. Just for a moment, I was gone. Okay. 5 key details. Did I click on this one yet? Oops, wrong one. Dang it. Dang it. Yeah, me too, Callie, for sure. It's like they're trying to first it's the, they're trying to demonize Christopher Watts, or not, I don't want to say Christopher Watts. They're trying to demonize the white middle-class male. Now it doesn't matter what race, how old, that's what they're, in my opinion, they're trying to do. So now they're saying that even your 14-year-old son can commit murder, right? For no reason. We don't know that for sure yet. They haven't given us a motive. Obviously, it's still early, but for me to notice these inconsistencies and the symbolism in this case literally just was released, and there's so many just in one article throughout the names. That's the stuff that you guys need to look out for in future cases, so that way you guys won't be duped or tricked, and because they don't they don't hide it. They put all this stuff in plain sight, as you can see, and there's so much more. And you guys know I'm limited to what I can talk about on here. So sign up for my Patreon to hear more. I'm just kidding. Just kidding. Did I already read that? I think I already clicked on this article. Okay. Or did I? Well, they pretty much all say the same thing, obviously, because they're all pushing the same narrative, but they are a little bit different. Yeah, exactly, Chica. They want you to be afraid of everyone, kids, neighbors, family, husbands, everybody. Exactly. They only want you to trust law enforcement and the government and the mainstream media. I'm wondering where those pictures are. That's the one I already played. See, Aiden Fucci charged with cheerleader's murder. Cheerleader's murder. I can't talk. And he's already in court the day after. I mean, don't they? Why is he already in court? Don't they have to like do some evidence searching or gathering? I don't know. And then, of course, I heard that there's also several crime scenes, just like in the Watts case. They didn't give us a definitive crime scene to cause confusion, so they don't actually have to like point and give like real documentation of a crime scene, of an actual main crime scene. And one of the crime scenes they sold, shortly after they sold Chris's truck. So now that crime scene's gone. Sorry, guys. So what if Chris appeals? And his defense team wants to make sure that all the evidence was collected and they didn't miss anything. But nope, it's gone. Sorry. It's like they already knew there wasn't going to be a trial in the Watts case. Go figure. Did you guys know that plunder is not a good word, by the way? I don't know what made me think of that, but there's a true crime channel and it's called Plunder, and it's really, really not a good word. If you guys look up the definition, you should. If you don't know what it means, it's rather interesting to say the least, especially for a true crime channel. Just saying. I don't know why my internet's running so slow. I mean, this is super slow. I'm not even using OBS. Yeah, they wouldn't, Chica. It's insane. They keep evidence for a long time, and in case they do need to go back and
St. Johns County Sheriff's Office today says they have taken this teenager,
preserve it in case there's a trial or whatnot. Because isn't there no statute of limitation or statute of limitations or whatever on murder? So what if they needed that evidence again? But nope, sorry, it's gone. Oh, this one guy, allegedly murdered 58 people, innocent people at a concert. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to hold on. Don't interrupt me, bro. I'm just kidding. But they're going to go ahead and cremate his body just a couple months after the event. Like, biggest tragic event on U.S. soil, maybe ever or in a long time anyways. And we're going to cremate his body. And then we're going to sell the truck off. And then we're going to demolish Survey 319. And then we're not going to have any video footage. It's so convenient for them, isn't it? Now they don't have to provide us any evidence, right, to back up the narrative.
Now, we do know that investigators, including a dive team, spent the
Okay, again, she's only missing for a couple hours, you guys, and they got a dive team out there. Children go missing every single day, right? Okay, maybe that's over-exaggerated. No, they do. So why is it that search teams and law enforcement gets involved to search for a teen or a kid that's only been missing for a couple hours over other ones? Why aren't they doing it for all the kids that are going missing? Well, that would be impossible. But why is it specifically some cases and individuals get more recognition or attention than others, right? Why is one child missing any more important than the next child? Why would they send out, and especially since she was only missing for a few hours and she's a teenager, right? Yeah, exactly, swamp lover. That's what yeah. Because it's, and someone corrected me before and said, oh, they don't have to be missing 24 hours to report them missing. You can do it right away, especially if it's a kid and you know, like a pregnant woman like ᴛʀyisᴛɪ. But I mean, still, there's probably a ton of, well, you've seen the missing kids signs everywhere, you know, the flyers. Maybe if the mainstream media covered all those kids that were missing, then maybe they wouldn't have so much time to make up fake news, but they don't. So they're too busy covering fake cases. Pisses me off. Sorry, I don't really care. I don't care if YouTube takes me down because they're fake. These are fake. Sorry, pisses me off. And now there's going to be a whole bunch of people that are going to be affected by this case because she's only 13 and it happened on Mother's Day and they're pulling at heartstrings. And I probably shouldn't come to conclusions that quickly. But I mean, again, if you know how these people operate and you know that it's in the patterns, the proof is in the patterns. It's definitely too early to say what their agenda is and all this, but again, we could, like I mentioned earlier and what Chica said, they want everybody to be constantly in fear. So now, not only do you have women all over the world scared and that their husband or their significant other or anybody even close to them for that matter that remotely resembles Chris and how he didn't show any signs of violent tendencies, or he didn't have any mental issues, right, or psychological issues. Now all those women are scared that their husbands are going to do the same thing to them that Chris did allegedly to ᴛʀyisᴛ and the girls. And I've heard it for myself. I've seen many comments where they've said, I'm scared. I don't even know if I can trust my husband now. That's crazy. That's crazy. This is one time. Hey, Jenny Mae. This is one time that, white middle-class male didn't have a motive for what he did, right? And he didn't. And of course he doesn't fit the profile. Of course he was the perfect husband, lover, brother, sister, mother, no, co-worker, son-in-law, son, right? Nobody had a single bad thing to say about the guy. That's why it's done on purpose, because they want you to think that your perfect, loving husband, father, right, can do that to you without any warning and at the drop of a hat, right? So now, not only do they have all these women scared of their significant others, but now you're going to have a lot of women that are, and mothers who are going to be scared of their own 14-year-old kid or teenage kid. That's crazy. Because now they're going to think, oh my God, is my 14-year-old son, could he possibly be a murderer? That's crazy. Yes, does murder happen, but not like this. And why is it mainstream? It's mainstream, and all of the mainstream media outlets are pushing the same narrative and covering this case because they want people to see it. They want it to be high profile. If that wasn't the case, then why isn't there a shit ton of other cases in true crime that the mainstream media are covering? They have to do this because I think that they're trying to make it seem like the murder really happens a lot more than it does. And I'm not saying that murder is not real. It's very, very real, but not in the way that they're presenting it here. Like, this is this kind of stuff doesn't happen. At least not without any motives or something to back up why they did what they did and why they committed such a horrific act. There's usually some sort of reason as to why or to explain why they did it. But when you don't give a motive, like with Chris Watts, it doesn't give anyone closure. And it has people worried every single day that their husbands are going to do it to them. Hey, Heart Eyes. But seriously, though, I mean, and I know I sound repetitive, but think about it. Why are there only certain cases that get so much mainstream attention? Even if they gave just a little bit of each, you know how many like actual missing children might actually be found if they gave them their just a little bit of attention, just a little, you know, of each kid missing or each case. But they don't. They spend all this time on these trying to push some sort of propaganda or some sort of agenda onto us. And they're so horrific. What's more horrific than a 13-year-old girl being stabbed multiple times, probably, by her classmate, right? Or a kid that she went to school with. That's pretty horrific. But why do they make them horrific? So that people don't think logically, so that they are upset. And then it happened on Mother's Day, of course. Of course it's on Mother's Day, because it's going to affect mothers the most. That's why they choose specific days to do these on as well. And of course, it just so happens that Suzanne Morphew, right? She went missing on Mother's Day a year ago, and then now they arrested Barry, allegedly, right around Mother's Day because it pulls at heartstrings, like Chica always says. I mean, I haven't seen this kid talk, but look at Chris Watts. If you look at Chris Watts from a different perspective, do you really see a psychopathic family annihilator when you look at him? I mean, he's a doofus. He's a doofus. And it's not because he's narcissistic and he's just a psychopath. And it's not because it's not because he killed his kids and he didn't kill his kids and someone else did. It's because he doesn't know how to show emotion because it didn't happen. It didn't happen. In my opinion. The guy talks about macaroni and cheese and milk at his interview with law enforcement. Do you really think, I mean, have you guys, I mean, I know it's a TV show, so I don't want to say that I 100% believe it, but if you've seen those locked up videos, right, with the prison videos, or any of the ones where they go inside, those are psychopaths. They spit on the guards, they throw feces at them. Those are psychopathic killer murderers. Okay? They want you to think that Chris has a 140 IQ and he's so smart, but he's not. He's really not. And when have you ever seen someone, one of these serial killers or whatever, just, you know, you have Manson, of course, but I mean, that's probably like a lot of years later or whatever, but still, I mean, even I question the Manson interviews. I mean, he's literally sitting there. He's not handcuffed. He's not shackled that I know of. His feet might have been, and you have this psychopath, and the journalist is in there interviewing him, right? Just like he's just an average guy, right? And instigating him and asking him questions to get him like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but do you really think that like a crazy psychopath is just going to say, hey, when Tammy and Coder, and I think that was Bomb over there, I don't know, doesn't matter. When they went to Wisconsin and says, "Hey, Chris, remember us?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, hey, how's it going, guys? You guys were the ones that put me away for the rest of my life for multiple life sentences, right? But yeah, good to see you. Do you think we could talk to you, Chris? Would you mind talking to us? Are you busy?" "Oh no, I just got done eating my macaroni and cheese and my unfortunately white milk. I wish it was chocolate milk today, but sure. I haven't talked to anybody in a long time since I've been here, so yeah, sure, I'll talk to you guys, even though you put me away for the rest of my life. What would you guys like to know?" I mean, it's a psychopathic killer is not going to just say, "Yeah, here, let me just spill all the beans out to you guys because we didn't have a chance because you guys arrested me too quick." Are you leaving, John? Let me scroll up. Okay, John, see ya. And yeah, I do agree with you. But it's, yes, there are ones that are manipulative, but to me personally, I just don't see someone who is a psychopathic killer and a manipulator in Chris. That's just my personal opinion. You tried to go to the prison and baptize him, but the FBI won't let you. What? Crisis cast? Hey, Sunshine Joy. Oh, are you taking off, Sue? Oh, yeah, it's late for you there, huh? Okay. Thank you for coming. Sleep well. Well, hopefully I didn't upset anyone. It's not my intentions to do that, but it's, it's to the point where it's ridiculous, and it's really, really important to me to wake people up because we are being deceived on a massive scale, and I know that not everyone is going to be able to see what I'm saying or to understand what I'm saying, but um that's just the way it is. But my goal is to wake the ones up who do have an open mind and don't want to be deceived anymore, and lied to, because we don't deserve it. We don't at all. But I can't, I've been, it's been over 2 years now, and the first pretty much year and a half, I spent too much time worrying about hurting others than getting the truth out there, and I think it might have wasted a lot of precious time. So, and maybe it was better that I wasn't so forward. But no, it's okay, Sue. No, I totally understand. Again, I try to do these a little bit at different times each time. So I don't know, Swamp Lover. I haven't had a chance to look. I would be interested to know that though. Yeah, you don't worry about that, Helen Wills. That won't. And if somebody does, then please let me know, because that's not acceptable in my chat rooms. People who ask questions about inconsistencies are not crazy. That makes zero sense, right? It's like, you're crazy. You're a conspiracy theorist for asking questions about a tragic event that has many holes in its narrative. But yeah, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. Well, you know, at least I ask questions. At least I do think for myself. At least I, you know, have critical thinking instead of just believing everything that I'm told. Who cares if it's the government? Who cares if it's the mainstream media? Who cares if it's law enforcement? They're not of higher authority. They're people. They're supposed to work for us, right? We pay them to protect us, to you know, make the world go round, whatever, I don't know. But so when did it become how, you know, they control us and they take our rights away? No, we pay you guys. So just because it's law enforcement doesn't mean that they're not liars. And I'm not saying all law enforcement, but there is corruption. Let's be real. There's a lot of corruption in this world. And unfortunately, the corruption and the bad ones are making or giving, you know, the ones who did become who they are to help people, right? And protect people. So it's unfortunate for those ones. But and even the ones that are, you know, still decent people, there's a lot that aren't going to speak up, or they're just going to do what they're told because that's their job. They're just doing their job, remember? But my point is, just because it's law enforcement or the government, it doesn't make them any smarter than us. It doesn't make them any of higher power or authority than us. And it doesn't mean that they're honest all the time either. A lot of people would like to believe that because they want to stay in their safe bubble and they don't want to go there. They want to know that our government is corrupt. But people need to know this. It's important because the more and more people that aren't awake, that are asleep, it's only going to get worse. And it's not to sound dramatic, but I mean, maybe I needed to be more upfront because and blunt. Because at this rate, this is not going to get me anywhere, and it's not going to get us anywhere. And they're taking away rights and using fear to control us all the time. I mean, who's going to be the next psychopathic killer? Who they're going to try to demonize next? So we have Chris Watts. We have, which is the middle class white male, right? Now you have a 14-year-old boy. So now, again, like I said, the mothers are going to be scared of their own kids and their husbands now. They're going to be scared that their husbands are going to murder them and their kids. That's crazy. They know that we are the majority. We have the power. But if they continue to use fear on us, that's why they're doing this. That's why they're doing this. Because and they're trying to, you know, silence myself, you know, someone like myself and other truthers out there on social media. They don't want, you know, and that's the thing too, is they I played a video yesterday with Ole Damengard and on DLive, but he explains it a lot better than I did. I'll have to write it down. But I'll find it again and I'll write it down. But we are the majority. So they're going to try to use fear and propaganda to control us, to make people scared all the time, to cause division, right? We have the whole BLM thing and whatnot. It's oh boy. Pretty much just if I could give any advice, consider everything that the mainstream media puts out as false until proven otherwise. Let them build your trust. And don't just believe it just because mainstream media outlets told you that are all controlled by the same companies. They all sleep in the same bed. So on that note, I'm going to end this live stream. But what time is it? I know I didn't get into that much. I mentioned it a little bit, lots, but I did want to cover this case because, and I'll start covering these other cases so that you guys can, start to see that it's not just the Watts case. There's many of these cases that I believe, as well as others, that are being pushed to put some sort of, agendas onto us. So wait, what happened? Wait, what? Dave has what? I'm sorry, I'm missing what's going on. Okay. Is everything okay? No, I don't know what's going on. What's going on, Hard Eyes? Yeah, of course, Helen Wills. And yeah, again, anytime if anybody attacks you for simply asking questions or voicing your opinion, then let me know, or let Chica or Jenny May or one of the mods know, and I will, because I don't see everything, obviously, because I don't even know what's going on right now. Oh, someone had and gave it. Wait, someone had info for you and gave it to Dave for me? Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure why they would do that, but okay. I just want to make sure everything was okay. Okay, so it is 4:15. So I will, I'm going to just check on the chickens, make sure they're not overheating, make sure I don't have chicken cooked already for dinner. No, I'm just kidding, but it's not that hot yet here. It's in the 3 digits, but which is not good. Hey, Crystal Clear, did I say hi to you? If not, I apologize. Sometimes you guys sneak in on me. So I'm going to go check on the chickens. And then since I didn't really get into Watts, I will go to D-Live just for a little bit because it will be dinner time soon. But I'll answer some Watts questions that you guys have. Now's your chance to go over to D-Live. I will put my D-Live link in the chat. I should have pinned it, but And if you are signed up for, or following me on D-Live already and you're having issues, I know that some of you have had some problems finding me or confused about my channel in general. If you do have any questions, then I can help you as well over on D-Live. So Okay, Crystal, no problem. I mean, I'm still not. I'm shill. I'm shill. Oh, great! Now I just admitted that I'm a shill. I'm still not sure what's going on as far as information, indeed, but I just again wanted to make sure that everything was okay in the chat because I missed it. Oh yeah, link. Okay, focus, Megan. dlive.tv/. It should be well, it should be in the description of the video as well, but I will pin it. Okay, there you go. That's Swamp Lover DLive. Okay, it's pinned. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. And so keep an eye out for this case. I will keep covering it as it unfolds. So and see what happens. So thank you for being here. Thank you to my mods. I really appreciate it. And hopefully I'll see you on DLive. If not, I'll see you guys next time.